my gosh, it's us. We're here. We're here on the internet live.
Hey,
It's happening.
not
Um,
much.
how are you? Happy Monday. Back for more Dungeons and Dragons. What's going on? How is everyone?
Monday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
It is a
Good, man.
Monday.
I had a good day.
Uh, good. Well, how was your good day? What happened with your good day?
I did scouts today. I did a bunch of stuff around the house.
Oh,
And actually, I'm riding the high of a good week because I worked in poison ivy for 4 straight hours and then managed to scrub it off before getting poison ivy. Like, I knew I was in poison ivy. I kind of just had to do it. So I was in a lot of poison ivy. I just made real careful not to touch my face. And I had short sleeves on. And you have 6 hours to get that stuff off your skin before it affects you. So I got in a cold shower with Dawn dish soap and a very coarse washcloth and scrubbed my entire body. And then I thought I had poison ivy because my skin was so dry it was itching. But
Oh my.
but I got it all off. So
Wow.
it's everywhere out here. It is like
Yes, it is.
it's like Cudso. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's how it is in my property. It's everywhere.
Oh
So
my gosh. I
There was
would
a lot of it
die.
down south.
So that's why you decided to wear short sleeves?
I know I'm going
realize-
like a
No,
No.
hazmat
So
suit.
so to be fair, where I
Shall
was
we
cutting
accept it?
was not where I'd ever seen poison ivy before. Like I've seen it growing in vines up my trees, and I pulled a bunch of it out, but I didn't know I'd be in it, and then I just had a bunch of stuff to cut. So I was edging fields.
This reminds me of the one time I just was telling this story last week of when we used to, John and I were in the Cub Scouts together. He was a couple of years older than me, so his brother and I were in like the same pack, you know. But at one point we went on a camping trip and we were out on Fire Island and we had kites. We're flying kites on the beach and the kites crash in this tall like sand dune with all these plants on the top of it. And I fearlessly led the Cub Scout troop into said patch of plants to retrieve the kites, and we did, and we retrieved much poison ivy, and I apparently am immune to said toxins because I led those kids out, and every freaking kid except me was out of school for like 5 days straight. They got bad poison ivy, like very bad, you know, like parents freaking out, kind of bad, and I was fine, and like, well, I guess that happened, you know. Yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
I've got crossbow, which is a broadleaf killer.
I was gonna
So-
say I don't know if a crossbow is an effective weapon against poison ivy, but hey, you know,
Oh.
one shot at a
Oh,
time.
and this is one thing I was thinking about. I had never seen before, and I finally understood like all these like the druid spells that Kisville used to cast about, you know, impassable earth and all this stuff. I found black locust on my property.
Yes.
Oh my good lord! I'd
It's
never
impregnable.
seen, dude. It is spines, like inch and a half long
Yeah.
needle spines
Yeah.
coming off the whole tree.
Mhm.
Right? And I grabbed it, not realizing it was in there, of course.
Mm.
You know, and you can still see some of it, but I was tore up, man. Something fierce.
They come for the D&D, they stay for the botany lessons. Yeah, black locust is brutal, man. That stuff when it's young, it's wild, like, because those trees get so big, but when they're young, they have real needle spines, the kind that'll like put an inch into you and then shear right off, and you're like, I know there's still something in there. It hurts real bad. You know, like 2 days later, I'm waiting for thorns to come like erupting out of me. It's like, oof, man. Plant monsters, not cool one bit.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess they are kind of cool. We love them. We love a blight and Glarendar, isn't that right, Pia? I don't know if Pia's in the chat. I'm just assuming.
Oh, and I did get to listen to part of the musical.
Oh my God, the musical, you guys.
That was
Pia
impressive.
fucking wrote and scored the musical. He didn't write all of it, but he's the announcer. For those of you who don't know, our friend here that we're always talking about, Pia in the chat, is the piano man, Adam. And so he was the narrator, and all the piano work is him. And our friend Todd, the librarian, like huge supporter of the channel here, he did a lot of the writing. It's astounding. It's astounding, man, how good the whole thing was, like comprehensively. Like it's funny, it's silly, it's emotional. The music is like incredible. The mix, like the editing. Touchdown Tommy over there did that. Just like wild. I'm still beside myself.
I couldn't believe it. I was listening to it, and I was just blown away that somebody would make, and not being on the Pantheon, I would imagine that was about an adventure that took place. I mean, I don't think it's just totally abstract, right?
It wasn't. We talked about it a bit. It was really interesting, and kind of the feedback was like, listen, there was a conversation of like, do they earn XP? And I was like, look, if it's like a pre-scripted thing with no real jeopardy, I don't think so. Like, I'm there to be the bad guy, and you guys know how great I am at that. And so, like, I had to be like, I think there has to be like uncertainty, you know, that's part of like the nature of D&D. Like they tease me a little bit because I talk about a meaningful chance of death, but like there needs to be risk, you know. It doesn't have to be combat, but there needs to be like meaningful risk of like failure, a real like motivation to succeed, right? So they played out like kind of half a session. Their whole combat with the trolls was a thing. They got together one morning unannounced and like played through it, and so all of that like kind of followed the session, you know, which was interesting to like hear it. I think they only ended up with 6 rounds, like 2 rounds of combat, 6 turns, and like everybody's individual turn was sung about. So cool. It's really interesting, but it's a hell of a creative space. I mean, the stuff that's going on over there is pretty awesome to see. The people writing, the people doing the musical, the art that's coming out. Like one of the players this weekend, she went on an adventure and like wrote up her journal entry afterwards with sketches and like uploaded the pictures. One of your friends from the No Boys Allowed group, Taylor. I don't want to blow anybody up, but yeah, very cool stuff happening over there. Really. I've been harassing some of the boys from our private game to be like, look, like,
I totally should.
you just got to come sign up at this point.
Yeah. It's so fun. And we're doing it. I think it's ended, but like we're doing the dice exchange, which I remember, Rich, when it happened the first time. You're like, Taylor, you gotta get in here. Like, there's a dice exchange. I'm like, yeah. So I got into it this time. I'm very excited.
Yep, that's another one. I got to hype up Pia in the chat, man. Pia is like managing the dice exchange. I didn't sign up, which I don't know what the hell's the matter with me, but I should. Anyway, so to the matter of this Dungeons and Dragons. I had a pretty wild week. I played a lot last week. We had a lot of crazy games. I did a bunch of crossover stuff with Sabotage the DM. They had a really awesome anniversary week. There's a ton of cool content over there at their channel that I recommend you guys all to go check out. We're sort of working together, myself, Sabotage the DM, Zach's Big Wave Gaming, to kind of just, spread the love a little bit. Like, if you're here hanging out, go check those folks out. I should have links in the chat. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not that professional yet. But we had a good time. We played City of Mist, one shot, wild, awesome. Played a game called The Witch is Dead, a one-page RPG that was nuts. It definitely ended up with the dog castrating Gaston, who was a witch hunter, only to discover that LeFleur was actually the killer all along. And they were both, but the dog and the fox were abandoned by their flying companions to be burned and staked alive by the citizenry. But they managed to escape with LeFleur's eyes, and there was a great climactic player versus player battle in the 11th hour. And so, what a shit show.
LeFleur.
What an absolute delight.
Gaston and LeFleur.
And then we picked up Saturday and we played a one shot, like a kind of side quest of our Dragonfly game, and that was very cool too. We had a good time. So I think you'll see some of those folks here, and you'll probably see me over there in the weeks and months to come. But yeah, I've been really thinking a lot about you all and getting back to this game this week, because you all had like a big pivotal moment where we last left. Everyone having leveled up, you having finally arrived at this place you've been driving towards for friggin' months. I mean, this is episode 15, and you finally made it to the Tomb of Gurahl Khan. You defeated your most formidable adversary yet, Melkinen, the first Dragoon of the Sapphire Legion. We got to really kind of meet him a little bit more deeply during our side quest stuff with Hilks and Sharp. So it was really fun to see him overcome. He was nasty. That was not an easy fight, you guys. But you did a really good job. Poor Eerie in the back with their cantrips, you know.
God,
Frixis
nightmare.
and Angus like jockeying for position on the flank, the hole in the floor. What a scene. What a scene. So yeah, level ups. Let's talk through that real quick before we get back into it. So dare I go alphabetically? Angus, you're an A. What happened when you leveled up? 6th level bard.
No throwing names.
You muted Kurt.
This guy wasn't saying anything important. Yeah, Angus swapped around some spells. He now can do counter charm. Don't know how. It seems like you need to be a little bit, have some forethought and see it coming. So I don't know how useful that will be. He also gets an extra attack. I don't know, Rich, if that means he can. Does that mean he gets 2 attacks on his main attack, and then he still gets the potential extra attack with the sword of quickness?
Yep, absolutely. Any kind of normal weapon, even like your short bow and stuff, your standard attack action, you now have 2 attacks, and then you could still bonus action with the short sword of quickness.
So that's really it. And just was waiting for the stream to roll hit points.
Well, I think we're streaming. I feel like it's time. Dare we drum roll? Oh!
That's
Well, no, it's not a
good.
naturally. It's a 6.
You
Still
still
good.
rolled
So
6.
let's temper our... Yeah.
No,
Nice.
I'm happy. You're still up over the average. So you're taking another 8. That's going to bring you to a maximum of 50. Is that correct?
Nice.
That's really nice for a 5th level bard.
Do I get to add that to my current hit points as well as my maximum hit points?
Your max can reset.
Okay.
Yeah. I think technically rules as written, when you level up, you get your full jammy jam, and you don't have to go do training and go back to town and go do all of that nonsense anymore. So, I mean, you could if I wanted you to, but certainly
We don't have a town to go back to anymore.
Yeah, it's a great point. Cool. So that's Angus. Couple of spells, extra attack, really good stuff. Crixus, how about you, man?
Let's see. I get 1 3rd level spell, which is that's cool. I get to cast one more spell. I have I'm a juggernaut now, which is fantastic. I'm unstoppable. No force can stop me. I'm powered by this gem now. So if I continuously move,
The
you
gem
can't stop
of
me.
Kithoric. Is
Yes.
that right?
Oh no! Wait, wrong universe.
Wait,
I'm
is there
sorry.
Kitty Pride on your head? Did you gain a new familiar of X-Man?
That would be please. I love that. My unarmed strikes and strikes with weapons do double damage against constructs and objects, which is a Earth Domain feature, which I unlocked at 6th level, which is really cool. So that's exciting. And then I can also do Channel Divinity twice per rest.
Heck yeah, the channel divinity thing is pretty cool. You got an extra channel divinity. The 3rd level spell, we love those. We love spell slots, right? Okay, cool.
I'll take them as I get them. 5th edition doesn't really give you that many spell slots, so I'll take the 1.
Yeah, compared to back in the day, right? We were talking about this the other day. Like 2nd edition, you used to get bonus spells for having high stats and stuff that were more. It's interesting because, like, in a sense, 5th edition, you have more magic with like the unlimited cantrips and the yada yada yada, and like they give you more at lower levels. But as you get to higher levels, it tapers off hard. It does not compare to the kind of accumulation you used to get back in the day. But yeah, okay, cool. So you're Juggernaut. Yep, the double damage against constructs and objects. That's very, very cool. Awesome. What about hit points?
I went up hit points.
You're just gonna take the average?
Yeah.
Okay, Coward. What's your max
Smart.
now? What's your max?
My max is 52 hit points.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Wait, do we rest? We get that? Oh, cool.
No,
Yep,
we're
cool.
not there yet. But you do get your full hit points back. Who's next? Hulrick.
I'm so good.
We're all
Yeah.
very early alphabet, like.
Yeah. You're front of the alphabet.
Yeah,
for your
we're
names. It's
like
really
first
great.
half of the alphabet.
ACHI. Yeah, we didn't even get
Yeah.
up to J. Screw that. J who? Go home. Ulrich, you're the one with the question, right? We had a big debate here of what's going to happen with Ulrich at level 6. Because there was a plan in the beginning, and now we've moved away from it.
Yeah, so the original plan was to go Barbarian Berserker, old school Berserker. And man, I like the idea of it. If we were in just like an orc-rich kind of campaign, but man, we're fighting a lot of really big bad people. And in that last battle, if I had just gone full tilt like a Berserker would, I would have been killed by the second round probably. So it really made me made me double think what I wanted to do. So I think, at least for now, I'm just going to stay fighter. Just going to leave it as fighter for now.
Cool. Okay.
Go up another level.
Sticking with the single class. So you
Might
get
I add that those fighter tactics worked very well last time. So kudos to that.
They did. I know. I like the idea. I haven't played. The last time I played a barbarian, I think, was in like 10th grade. I was, a battle rager, dwarven battle rager. So, I was really looking forward to that. But man, I guess campaigns have changed since I was 15.
They have. So John, what happens with a fighter at 6th level? You've already got your 2 attacks around. You're obviously going to get hit points, but you pick up feat. You get an ASI. You may either add to your stats or you may take a feat. The fighters get more of them than other classes. It's kind of like a relic from 3.5 because you're just a fighter. And so like they want you to be able to max out your combat stats and then start picking up feats to like kick more ass. So I can just push you through the character mancer here. I don't know if you figured something out yet or if you have any ideas. Yeah.
I'm going to roll the hit points and then I'm going to see what I want to do. I think I'm going to take the session off from actually, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, we can put a pin in it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to roll hit points.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
Come on, big money.
Do we re-roll ones?
We do re-roll ones.
Anything.
We re-roll ones. We'll re-roll a 2 once. Probably we'll re-roll one once. Oh my God! It's a 2.
All right.
Mike's laughing all the way to the bank. Right?
I'm not laughing. I'm just.
Mike
This proves my
Awful.
But he gets to re-roll. So re-roll, John. Re-roll.
We roll ones and
Big
twos.
10.
All right.
Big 10. Yeah, that's what
There
I'm
we
talking
go.
about.
Right.
Who's laughing now? That's 12 hit points on your total. What's that bring you to, Ulrich?
63.
That's what a fighter
Nice.
is. That's what I'm talking
Thank goodness, you guys.
It's officially triple Erie's hit points. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I put a pin in your sheet here. We got a little note, but you've got either +2 to your stats or you got a feat coming. You could do your homework between now and next week for sure. There's always like these half feats, right? Where you can like there's a couple of feats where like add +1 to one stat and get this little stuff. You might want something like that.
All right.
Yep. Erie, you're the big one.
Yes.
What do you got going on?
Yeah, definitely the big one. So I got 2 more wizard spells.
Which wizard spells?
Misty Step
Yeah, good choice.
and Melf's Meteors.
You're afraid if it's minute or minute, you're not sure which
No,
one.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say that. I think it's minute. Because
They are.
it's
They're minute
tiny,
because they're like
but I
little.
hate that.
They're little teeny
Like,
targeted
minute.
fireballs. You're throwing around minute meteors.
Yeah. Well,
if you were-
because my brain is gonna make me go like minute meter and like
Melf's minute meters.
like, screw myself up.
I wouldn't worry about
I'll think of
pronouncing.
it.
I wouldn't worry about pronouncing minute. Just make sure you're not saying MILF
Yeah.
meteors next time.
True.
Don't talk about the
Mills,
mills.
minute
Yeah.
meters. Oh my gosh.
There's a song
Yeah,
somewhere.
exactly. It's just a terror. I need to rename it for sure. Something much cooler. But yeah, I
Oh.
figured that made a lot of sense for little Erie.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's a
just
really
cool.
it's a really great spell. It's a classic spell. It's like an awesome like fireball adjacent option for when you're in a dungeon and you want to get targeted. I don't know how I feel about the Melf erasure, but feel free to rename it. I will always remember Melf. What a jerk. And yeah, they're minute meteors. They're classic and very cool. Now
Yeah,
you
I was going to like pick some other ones, but like I have this whole list of like spells that I can copy. So yeah.
You could call it Erie's Itty Bitty Irritant.
Oh my god.
I love it. That's wonderful.
I've just spent the last 3 minutes reaching for the song of lovely Melf the Meter Maid, but I can't find it. It's just not clicking. I need Pia to do some work for that one for me. So Erie, hit points.
And before I jump into hit points, I got the alchemical casting, which I think I've mentioned like at least 3 times.
At least 3 times.
It's
Alchemical
so
casting is
cool.
nasty. It's very cool. I wrote out the 5th edition Abrea rules like early on after 5th edition came out and we were playing it, and I definitely combed through a lot of the Unearthed Arcana stuff that was around at the time. The Lore Master Wizard was a UA from pretty early in the 5th edition process, and it never got published anywhere because it's probably a little overtuned. You got a lot of flexibility here for a standard mage, but it fits really well with a lot of the world building and the lore here. And quite frankly, Abrea is a world where like I'm taking whole things out of the player's handbook and just like with the black Sharpie, like nope, nope, this doesn't. So I am cool to add things, and I think that the Lore Master is really fascinating, and they're specifically tied very culturally to like one part of the world and the history and all of that. So I'm cool with it. But ultimately, you can do some really cool shit with this ability. Yeah.
Yeah. Extra damage, more range, increasing the spell save DC.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love it, and it costs 1
first level spell slot. So these are things that like wizards used to be able to do in 3.5, and there's stuff that have kind of melted into the province of sorcerers only. And I tend as like a DM to be very protective of like the proprietary stuff of like, yo, this is a ranger's thing. Like we don't need to give it to everybody. This is the wizard's thing. But to me, like the wizards are these academic magicians, right? And the idea that like they can't do some of the stuff that sorcerers have access to from meta magic, it grinds my gears. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a wizard loyalist. I love my sorcerers, don't get me wrong. You guys are cool, you've won me over, but wizards should know how to do cool stuff. So I think that the idea that you have a couple of options here, like raising the spell save DC, that's big. A little bit of extra damage, like yeah, of course, why not? And as we've discussed before, like I throw out the casting limits of like 1 cantrip and 1 this when you have a bonus action spell, because like I don't kick, burn your spell slots, go for it. Have fun. Burn them all in 1 round. How fast can you get rid of them?
How fast can you burn your spells?
Go for it. So I'm down with that. And so that just leaves hit points, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. That was a hesitant what?
You guys, it's so sad. All right,
It's
here
a
we
lot
go.
of fear. You're in good shape mathematically.
Oh,
You're
thanks.
Oh!
Wowzers.
That like doubled Erie's hit points.
You guys, I hit 30.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
That makes me happy, though. It's an even 30. That's wonderful. Everything's right.
Lothar gets no hit points. He just watches you all get cooler, and he's like, man, I wish I wasn't an NPC. So, I guess with that, do you guys have any questions? Is there anything else before we pick it back up?
Well, where are we picking back up? When we left, we were still kind of in the hallway. It seems that we've moved on the board a tiny bit.
I thought you all had gathered in the central room where this, where Gurahl Khan's kind of sarcophagus was. Yep. And
I remember Angus was like at the peak of the pyramid below the coffin.
Yep. Angus had taken out his ring, and like pricked his finger, and kind of the ring activated this sort of like compass spinning up, the rings concentrically kind of orbiting above his hand as he peered into it. And I think you see the vision of the Titan's Hall. This like great forge open on the top of the mountain was the place that you all kind of heard that the Sapphire Legion was rallying, not far to the south of here. This is the place where like the Maul of the Titans was forged. And I think what you see is this kind of great anvil of stone sitting on what looks almost like this kind of cliff, like overlooking this vista to the south. Clouds like floating in a blue sky. Yeah.
Everybody sees this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we recognize it as Titan's Hall?
I think you would, after your conversations with Beaudry and the stories I think you were told as a young Minotaur by Nallis the Smith. I think that you pretty like clearly are able to be like, this is an obvious like landmark. Yep.
Does Angus feel pulled in a southerly direction?
Mm-hmm. Slightly southeast.
So, it looks like this, whenever we get done here, we got to go to the Titans Hall, get some brats. But the ring appears to know that we reached this checkpoint and it's driving us further south.
Yeah.
I think we need to seal the tomb back up and see if there's any. I'd like to explore the rest of it as well and see if there's any supplies or equipment that might help us along the way.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind taking a couple days.
Oh, that's right.
Why? What's wrong?
I can learn a bunch more that could be very helpful to us. These spells that Ursula gave me, I need to copy in my spell book.
Oh.
And I have 2 days worth of copying to do.
All right, we can explore for 2 days. We still have that one creature roaming around too that I want to send out with the head of our vanquished enemy.
Yeah, I think that Beaudry is just like, well, I'm sure me lot are doing their part to make sure the door is sealed up. If anything had gone wrong, one of them would have given us a signal by now. I can go check on them if you wish.
When you say there's a creature wandering around, do you mean the fighter that took off running?
Yes,
veteran.
The veteran.
If I'm wondering if he ran into the dwarves at the mouth of the.
Or maybe he's hiding somewhere.
I think that's likely. I did not see him get back past us. He would have had to circle around to get back by the door.
No, because he could have. Because we headed south from that main tunnel, and it continued onward. So he could have circled around.
Fair enough.
But you do have, in the back of your head, Beaudry, DM knowledge on the layout of the dungeon.
No,
so
that's preposterous. I would never bring metagaming into a dungeon like this, lad. Don't be silly. I'm too sophisticated of a priest to do something like that. I'll go check on me lot then. We'll see how the ceiling's going and if they found themselves any rats scurrying out. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Don't get lost.
Well, if we want to rest before we explore, do we want to do so at the mouth of the cave with our dwarven friends?
Yeah.
We might as well join them.
Yeah, let's go back to regroup with everyone.
All right. So we go.
Lead the way.
Lothar's like, yeah, I mean, I'm not leading the way. He's like walking in the back.
That's why I didn't ask you.
Do you find any other cool ladders that you want to give me, or no? We just the dwarf. Sorry. Never mind. Walking along with you guys. So yeah, I think the six of you. Like,
Angus tosses him the rod.
Wait, really?
Does he catch it?
Yeah, I think he catches it and staggers back a little bit. It's like he's like, "Wow, this is heavy." I mean, are you sure? It seemed like that ladder was kind of useful. I mean,
are you planning on running away with it?
I mean, I think we've established I'm pretty committed to whatever your little organization is here at this point. I don't see that running would be very good for any of us.
Well, notice that you asked, can we deal with not having it? It sounded like that thought didn't even cross my mind, unless that means you're planning on running away with it.
You realize that if you're gonna take a really powerful melee weapon, you can't just stand in the back anymore.
Well, I mean, I don't mind, no judgment or anything. I feel like I did a lot of work standing in the back there.
I feel like one of you guys should have it.
Right, I agree completely. So I'm just asking if that weapon is really suited for you. I'm not saying you should do anything different, because you rocked him. I'm not going to say anything otherwise.
Hey, are you complimenting me?
Yeah, you did a good job, Lothar.
This is a moment that I think we're having. I hated that guy. I mean, he was really a piece of work.
I mean, yeah.
I got to be honest. I was a little scared, but then it got really exciting. That we really kicked his ass.
Joey, you'd asked for a magical weapon, and that's the only one we really have that you can wield. So
I mean, I'm happy to hang on to it if you think. I mean, I could probably climb up the ladder and shoot from up there, but I don't know if Ulrich approves. He's like have to get a little bit like it's really heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's the ladder? Clearly he wants the ladder. Just give him the goddamn ladder.
It's in his
Which
hand.
one is it? I think he just pushes a button.
Oh no!
The flaming sword jumps out of the top. He's like, "Oh God, this is
Somebody take it away from him."
This is intense, though. Look at this.
No.
He's
No.
like swinging around.
Eri tries to grab it from him.
He's like, "Wait a minute, you know, last time you were up there, they killed you. They almost killed you." All right, I get it.
She gives it back to Angus.
I was mostly just joking around, but I actually really appreciate that you trust me to kind of have handed me that thing.
If we find something more suited for you, we'll maybe you can have something. But
I don't really want any of you to die or anything. But if somebody does, I mean, I'll hang on to that thing afterwards. That's all I'm saying. The fiery sword, it's sort of impressive.
Ulrich, Crixus, who has the maul?
I thought you handed it to me at the end of the last session.
Okay.
Because I was debating whether I could actually wield it, and then I was informed that I would be able to wield it.
You can. I mean, it's a great weapon. You know, it's a big, heavy maul, but you couldn't use your shield with it, but you could definitely wield it.
Crixus, do you want the rod?
Well, let me. It's not. Wait a minute. I'm really confused. It's a rod, but it's also a mace and a sword and a ladder, or no?
You saw you saw Angus push a button on the rod and it turned into a spear, and then he pushed a bunch of other buttons and it turned into a flaming sword and a ladder and some other stuff.
It's the rod of Gurahl Khan, boy. His rule was a mighty one. He was a leader to be honored. He wielded many weapons, they say, in the last days of his battles.
Sure, I'll hold on to it.
Will you swing it on occasion?
Well, Angus, I would do what you want me to do with the rod.
Hey, Rich, is there any chance you have that weapon? If you have the maul built up, could you throw it in my sheet?
I probably could do that, yeah. So I think that you guys are heading back towards the kind of hall that you came in from. And Beaudry is like, I'll be honest with you. I didn't know what to expect. We've traveled a long way to come here. I made vows from my homeland. The place we left behind. I'm not sure I'll ever see it again. And we swore to keep it secret. It's not a place that we speak of to just any. But it's quite a place. He says mountains, not so different from your own here. A city, quite different from where you came from, I think, but one that we tried to keep secret as well. Kept shrouded from the eyes of the dynasties by Vala herself. He says, we came here hoping we'd find these things, but I could not in good conscience take them from you now that you have them in your hands. I'm not sure that me and my lot would have survived even making it in through the door, let alone a fight against that one. We lost many coming here. Good dwarves, all men and women, heroes, each one of them. I wonder what you think you'll do next.
Well, I guess we're gonna go to Titan's Hall. See what's up over there. Yes.
I think Lothar's like, you guys are really intent on just like going back to these people that I'm running away from at this point, huh? I mean, this seems like there's no getting around this, huh?
No, they killed or captured everybody that we care about and burned our town.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, to me, maybe the incentive to run from them, but I see that you're taking it differently.
Well, you're not from Erkengard.
Mm-hmm. That's accurate. All right, well, I mean, let's see if we can kill my other bosses, I guess, then.
I mean, now that we've killed the first dragoon of the Sapphire Legion, I think that lady you shot, Ulrich, is not going to give us up so easy now.
I think she's waiting to tea with us and congratulate me on such a fine shot at a great distance. That's what I think. So we have an obligation.
Yeah. We have a meeting. Tea and biscuits with the Duchess.
The Duchess. I love it. Well, as Beaudry kind of leads you down the hall, you hear the sound of like tank, rocks moving, booted feet. And yeah, I think that as you guys are approaching, you see the dwarves kind of moving at the end of the hall. They seem to have like really like blocked the entrance pretty sufficiently. I think there's small like pinpricks of light kind of emanating through, and we're watching them kind of, they're like crushing stone and packing it into the end of it.
Are they singing?
Low, yeah, it's a low singing. They are, of course. And I think as you all approach, they like turn and they're just like, ain't no one getting in this door. We've sealed it up tight.
Great. Looks good.
I find the other way out.
That's
you
what
gotta
we
find
said.
the air shaft out or something.
Yeah, I think that one of them like looks at you like, we're not leaving, are we?
No, not for a couple days.
Oh, good. That would have been a real pain in the beard.
Oh, there is one soldier running around here. Just keep your eyes out.
Here? Oh.
Yeah. He's like rats, so they're more scared of us than we are.
Yeah, he's probably pretty frightened.
Well, you lot are covered in a great deal of blood. It's kind of horrific. Yeah, I mean, I'd be frightened. I mean, not you as much. They like looking at Angus like, what's the plan here,
sleep
Captain?
Now?
Nap time then. Yeah.
Rest. Yep, time to rest.
Yep. It's sleepy time.
Love a nap. Absolutely. And I think Beaudry is just like,
love a nap.
he's like, Brunhild, Amos, you two stay here by the door. Keep first watch. The rest of you, get some rest.
All
So
right.
I think that they kind of like move down the hall a little bit. You move back away from the door, right? The tunnel kind of like tight, as it were. But yeah, I mean, what are you guys going to do? You just going to like sock down in here in the tunnel and sleep?
Yeah, the Aerie just like pulls her bedroll out and just plops right down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you may sleep. Everybody's going to sleep at once?
Yeah.
I think so, right? We got guards. We're not too far from the guards at the front door.
Yep.
All
Too
right.
sleepy to worry about anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spell slots. Oh my goodness.
This is a wildly different
So
game.
long.
We went from playing in this West Marches style where every week, like, hey, Pia, what's up? Every week we like proceed to like full reset on the adventure pretty much. And now I've got you guys for like 5 weeks straight on one long rest. And I kind of love it. Not
Things
gonna lie.
matter.
Yeah.
Spell slots matter.
I mean, I don't know if it feels old school. It feels old school from here.
Yeah.
So I'm not suffering through it, but.
You know, I do have to say, though, I really was conservative, and I came into that main battle with as many spell slots as I have now. So I feel good about that.
I went into that battle with like 2 first level slots and like 2 second level slots and no third level at all. So
It's kind of fascinating, but technically, John, you now have extra spell slots as you can cast Enlarge on yourself once per day, utilizing them all of the Titans.
Nice.
And Crixus, make sure you look at the description of the rod because you can do things like terrify and suck life and.
oh my goodness.
I had an ex-wife that did that.
You don't? Oh, me too. You should compare notes.
No, I suck at life. I can't
Oh,
offer
God.
any advice on the rod itself.
Stop it. Get the gosh, Crixus has a whole bunch of horrific weapons I have to load in now. Oh, baby.
Do I get such a lovely description as well for them all?
You just have the one horrific weapon. Yeah. So yeah, you all are able to sleep. And I think that like the hours pass in the darkness of this place. It's ominous but comforting in that it reminds you of the Erkengard from whence you came, right? The like weight of the kind of mountain above you having been like restored, as it were, back to like these ancient caverns that you were so accustomed to as a home, right?
Dude, did the Maul of the Titans make my strength go up to 19?
I think perhaps it did.
What?
Amazing.
That's insane.
What's going on here? Did my Twitch crash?
Yeah, I lost. What?
Am I no longer up?
No, you're up.
Oh,
Are we here?
Mhm.
We're here. Cool. Okay. Well. Yeah. Back. Cool. You guys, you get your spell memorizations. I'm loading up a couple of crazy weapons here.
Yay!
woo!
Crixus.
Oh boy, here we go. Now it's time for some
Oh, I'm
real
so happy.
dungeon delving. I'm excited.
I mean, what could really be in this place? You know?
I don't know. It's just the tomb of like a ancient war hero that Angus's ancestors fought beside.
Mm-hmm.
We've got that one fighter to track down and make him feel guilty. I don't know.
Courier service.
Make him feel guilty.
Make him feel guilty.
Flame tongue
Angus with the
battle
rolled up
axe.
newspaper. No. What did you do?
What did you do?
He rubs the veteran's nose and I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, you guys all like sleep through the night, 6, 8 hours later, you're all kind of like waking up, curled in the hallway with your blankets and bedrolls. The dwarves kind of quietly like moving around you, eating and drinking, eating like their kind of dried rations, salted meats, sipping at like weak wine and warm water.
Nice.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah, I think I would probably, after crashing out, I actually have a wine skin here. I'll offer them some wine. I do have a wine skin that we happened upon, so I'll offer it to them, see if they want to pass it around while they're relaxing.
Oh yeah,
And I
hell yeah,
use
they do.
prestidigitation to chill the water.
Oh, nice. I think that they're just like, that's so much better.
And I flavor it.
Like?
Angus isn't telling anybody. He's curious if they can guess the flavor.
Goodness.
It's blackberries. It's blackberries.
Yeah,
Tastes like
nice
blackberries. Yeah.
Snozberries.
These berries taste like burning. Yeah.
All right, Ralph. I figured with all the traveling you did, Kurt, it would have been orange and lemon, like at the buffets in the hotels.
He's slightly upset no one recognizes the taste of spider pheromones, but...
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
They don't know from all that.
Suddenly the spiders started looking good around here. All right. I'm going to take a little bit and use some of the water and some piece of dirty clothing to try to clean some of the blood off me and all that stuff, because I'm sure we have it all over us.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to look around, and if everybody's up, I'm going to ask, does anybody else want to explore this place?
I'm in.
I do, but I should probably at least get a few spells copied down.
Well, I think that benefits us all in the long run. If you wanted to stay here and do that.
Promise me you'll bring back books?
If they're
Find
books
them?
that
If they're
brought
here,
back,
or do I have to sit down and write them if they don't find any books?
if we know what's good for us, we'll do that before we return.
Books? And really anything that, you think I'd like. Robes, full magic robes. Oh, and this, look for the symbol. And she holds up her book that Ursula gave her with the metallurgist, symbol on the front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Look for stuff with this on it. If you find it. I don't know if, in this tomb you're going to find something. But you never know. Staves are pretty cool. And, big hats. Big hats.
Angus, using prestidigitation, can make a symbol appear on an object or surface for an hour, so he might have some fun with this.
Oh my God. Amazing. Okay. I've got all your stuff loaded in, Mike. All the weapons are up at the top. The special effects are at the bottom. Hallrick, your stuff should be good as well. Yeah, we love a shopping list, don't we? So, what's the plan here? You're going to leave Erie behind with the dwarves and Lothar copying spells while the three of you go explore?
I think that's the plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
This player speak. Is there any way we can get Taylor involved in this? Because this sounds not fun for her.
Yeah, it does. Player
I'm
speak.
fine with it, but
Well, player speak, you could just hang out for another couple hours while she copies some more spells.
or
and then
I
all
could
go
just
explore
send
as a
Denon
group.
with you guys.
All right. Yeah, let's just hang out. I think that's a solid plan. I'd rather have.
I really don't mind, honestly.
Right, but what's the big deal if you just spend a couple hours? Is there a frantic rush for you all? You could sit there for a few hours while you copy spells. So what do you need? How many hours do you need to copy what? What can you get away with in 6, 8 hours?
6 to 8 hours, I could.
For a few hours to 6 to 8 hours.
All right. Well, I need.
Well, I'm just trying to make it work. You know what I mean, Mike?
No,
sure.
I know, but I'm just saying. So we wait a whole. What's this? It was called spade a spade. We'll just wait a whole another day for you. That's fine.
But
What's a whole day?
I
In
need
6 to 8
2
hours, we
days.
might as well just wait a whole day, like more than 12 hours, right?
It could just be like a long, slow montage we see here, right? There's like some beats. Like, I don't know if, like, Crixus, Hulric, Angus, any of you have like conversations or anything you want to ask of the dwarves or of Beaudry or of Lothar, if there's anything here. But certainly, I imagine, like, like Angus kind of pondering this whole like experience, recounting the tales that you have from old Nallis the Smith, wondering what other secrets are kind of held in your ring. Crixus, you've got like this kind of crazy new weapon that's got like a lot of weird stuff happening. So I could see you like playing around, getting accustomed to like the weight of like the axe, the pike, the flaming sword, the 50-foot ladder. Hulric, this like maul is like something else altogether, right? So yeah, I could imagine the kind of hours passing as you're sort of maybe like sparring with some of the dwarves, right?
Yeah, because technically, also, I only really need to do 2 hours, 4 times 4, 16, and then 6 times 4 is 24. So
day and a half.
Just about. Because I have like a 4th level, but obviously I can't use that yet, so I can wait for that one.
Okay, cool. I think that Beaudry actually would we would see one point where he comes to you, Crixus, and I think he would say, what do you think of this new tool? Will it suit you?
It's really weird, but it's got a lot of buttons, so I'm sure it might work. I'm just a little confused by it, but we'll see what happens.
I've heard the tales of Gurahl Khan since I was a boy. He says, in Vala's golden halls there's libraries larger than these rooms, and I used to read the stories as soon as I could make sense of the letters and the pages. They say that Gurahl Khan stood on the peak of a mountain with a sword of fire in his hand before the mole was finished, and he smote from the sky a black dragon whose acid had melted through the walls of defense on the southern slopes. It was quite a tale in the telling. I think that it suits you, boy. If you can hear the words of your father, I think he'd be glad to know that you have this.
I hope it helps to protect my friends. That's what really matters to me. I really feel guilty that they're really just coming for me at this point, and they're going to kill everybody else and just take me back to wherever that may be and do whatever they're going to do to me. I'm really kind of scared. I don't know what's going to happen.
He says, I don't want to make you more scared than you are, but you're right to be afraid. They're a terrifying lot. And you're not like, anyone else. Where I come from, there's all sorts. He says, there's tieflings whose skin is as black as onyx, and goblins whose skin as pale as snow. But I've seen them work side by side to raise up beautiful things in the world. Towers of ivory and gold, libraries to teach the young, houses of healing for the sick and the elderly. But I've seen none like you, Crixus Copperstone. It's not your fault that they're here.
That's where you come from. You come from a secret place, right?
The Golden Halls of Vala. It's one of the last bastions.
Is that like where one of those dragons are?
The Just Mother, Vala herself. He says,
You've seen her?
I don't know how you first heard the voice of Ruldo, but when I was young, my parents would tell me of the lady who kept us safe, of our mother Vala, who protected the citadel. I didn't pledge myself in service to her because she asked, but because the things I value, honor, truth, justice, family, these are the things which serving her brings to me. But when I made my oaths, I stood in the great hall before her, saw her with my very eyes. She took my pledge with humility. She's the watchful mother. She's a protector of all, even those who do not know she watches.
And she gives you power, or gives you your abilities to grant spells? She grants you spells?
She does. I pray for her gifts, and she hears me no matter how far from her home I walk.
Wow.
I think that's what happens. Yeah, he says, I think.
But does he have his own place? I thought that he really doesn't. I thought that he might be in the sky or the ground somewhere.
I think both things are true. I think that, he says, the shepherds, well, they were the last bastion when the Legion of Darkness swept over the world. For 1,000 years, they've kept the citadel secret. I've heard whispers of Ruldo's endless caverns. Not a place I've ever seen with my own eyes, but I know that the halls of Vala are real, though I may never see them again in this life. So I think somewhere out there, I like to imagine, there are tunnels and caverns filled with warmth and laughter, where families can live in peace together and he watches over.
That must be very interesting. I wouldn't mind visiting at least a day or two. I don't know if I want to stay there for a long time, though. I don't want to be in a cavern. I'd rather explore Abrea. I have only lived in the village, and I haven't seen much. So I want to see what this whole strange world offers.
You're a brave soul, he says, and from what I know of Ruldo, your words would give him great joy. Inquisitive of mind.
Oh, he's an enigma to me. So maybe he can enlighten me as well. If I ever do see him, who knows? But he always speaks cryptically.
So the stories say, riddles and rhymes, jokes and mysteries.
Well, the jokes I don't mind, but sometimes they're cruel jokes. Sometimes I think I'm a joke, but what are you gonna do? You just have to keep on moving, keep on trucking on.
I think he says, the world is a cruel one, Crixus.
Do you speak Draconic?
And I think he like chuckles a little bit, and his voice shifts, and he repeats back to you like, Drakdafathon, like, of course I do.
Oh, well, I guess while we're hanging out here, I was just thinking about that other soldier. I wonder where he is. He must be hungry. I don't know about him just wandering around by himself in the dark. He might end up getting, like, hurt.
The question is, if we find him, what would you do?
Well, I think maybe we give him a meal and some water. That would be nice. He might have been like Lothar. Look what happened to Lothar. Lothar used to work for the Legion, and now he works... Oh, what? You're making a face?
He also killed Lothar and brought him back.
I didn't kill Lothar.
Fair enough.
But that's the best part.
You brought it back to life.
Well, I think Beaudry says, Lothar is an interesting one, isn't he? He says, I'll be honest with you, Crixus, I haven't seen much of the world either. I've read much, I've learned much, and I've seen many people in the halls of Vala, but I've never walked out beyond them until just recent months. To walk away from the Citadel means that you may never find it again. These places have stayed secret for 1,000 years because powerful magics are woven by the shepherds to keep them such. So I hope someday we may find our way back. But we walked out 40 strong, and you saw naught but 13 of us survived this far. Less still today.
I'm sorry for that. I'm very sorry.
Do not be. He says, do not be. Each one who came with me knew the path before us.
I believe we'll find the citadels one day.
I truly hope you do. If not Vala's, then Ruldov's perhaps. I hope that you can find the peace that place has brought me in my days.
And maybe Lothar will be beside us, right, Yuri? And I kind of give her a little elbow jab. Huh? What do you think? Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Lothar, can you make it that far?
I think Lothar is like watching the pair of you.
Oh, yes, I do.
See, Yuri?
I would really like that, Yuri. That'd be wonderful.
That's what.
His eyes are closed. His head shakes a little bit. He's like, he says, you talk about.
Let me come with you.
He says, you talk about cruel jokes, but I don't think it's that funny. You and I both know that if I ever walked up to a place like that, they'd never let me in.
Which place?
Jeez, what a downer.
Oh, Lothar.
Why do you think that?
It's magic cities of good dragons. I've done things.
Well, I point to his chest, to where I think his heart might be, and I pretty much would know. I think I've figured out where it is at this point. And I say, because I kind of like swung up, I said, it depends what's in your heart, Lothar.
And I think Beaudry like slaps him on the shoulder, and he says, the boy's not wrong.
Never too late to come back into the light.
He says, the truth of the matter is, Halfling, I do not know what you've done in your life before the day I met you. And I can't tell you that I don't care. I'm sure there are things you could tell me about yourself that, well, I wouldn't want to hear. But Vala, her heart's open to all. The shepherds, well, they know that the soul is not merely what they are on the worst day that they live. There's always hope for change. If there isn't, then we're all doomed. And I think Lothar, like, contemplatively, like, looks at the dwarf, like, well, I guess we'll see. And so the hours pass. Eerie, how many spells have you copied?
How many hours have passed?
I don't know. How many spells do you need? You tell me how much time you need. Like, go through it. What do you start with?
I need 24 plus 16 hours.
For everything?
No,
right,
not for
so
everything.
Like,
for the first, second, and third level spells.
So you need 40 hours. You need a full work week.
But I need
now it went from a couple to a lot.
For the first and second level.
Okay, let's say 18. Let's say you guys take a day. You sleep. You take the whole day, like hanging out, recuperating. You're like at the door. The dwarves certainly are like battered and weary and can use a day of rest. So you get the first 18.
I'm going to actually trade. Can I trade? Because I really want Counterspell really badly. So Counterspell is 6 hours. Shield is 2 hours. Invisibility would be good. That's 4. So that's 12 hours. And then I can do... Let's do Continual Flame. So that's 18.
Okay.
Do that.
Okay. So yeah, the day has passed. Eerie has like scratched many new spells into her book. I think that it's not even a matter of you copying them over. Like you sit and really like master them. You dig through Ursula's book and you're able to like gain like complete understanding and mastery of like her notes and her understandings. You know her writing. You've got it. So you've got all those new spells added into your book. Crixus, you've learned the secrets of the rod of Gurahl Khan. You understand these tricks within its buttons. Hallrick, you realize your strength has increased tenfold, or at least 2 points. And from there, I say to you, where do you guys want to go? You're on this map. Where do you want to move to?
Angus?
Here, I'll delete all these
Where
bugs.
should we go?
Well, this isn't even the whole
Where do we go?
map, right? We walked into this room from the greater hall, if I remember right.
We came in from, well, my roll 20 is acting up, but if it's the same room where we fought the fire beetles, we came in from the north and then the east of there.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. You came in along like this eastern passage here. Here, I'll switch us over to a map view. For the folks hanging out. Yeah, so this was like to the south of this room that you're currently in was the storage closet where you found the gems. Just kind of like you came through here to the south and then over west. Sort of immediately west of you is the central plaza, right? So yeah, there's the whole section to like the north you haven't been through and such yet. You should be able to see where you've been, right? The fog of war, I believe, is working. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to. Anybody mind going back north? I'd like to head up that way.
Yeah. I'm in.
Not at all.
Let's adventure.
Oh, and then it dips back around.
Yeah, so as you come up this northern hallway, Hallrick, you can see there's 2 passages leading left, one low, one high,
All right.
you know.
I say go north.
Let's do it.
Lothar, you want with you?
If he wants to.
Please bring me along.
Okay.
Why does he
Lothar's
sound like,
gonna roll with
like
you.
a Smurf?
What's north of here?
A
Is
Smurf.
Does this go anywhere up here?
Okay, so
Papa
as you
Smurf.
come up here, I'm going to just move you guys a little bit so we stay in sort of a pack situation, right? If that's cool. So as you're coming this way, Hallrick, you start like heading down the passage, and you see this tunnel leading to the north that's been like crushed and collapsed, rubble kind of filling the hallway. I think Beaudry tells you he's going to stay back by the entrance with the dwarves in case the straggler shows. And just to like keep his people together, and they have some talking to do. They seem to be like consulting with him about what he wants. Hallrick, you see this short staircase that's kind of leading down into this back chamber, and I think you tentatively start like heading down. Can I have you roll like an investigation check?
Sure.
Nice. Oh my
Hallrick.
goodness. That's a
Oh.
good roll.
As you take like the first step down and then the second step, you see that the like back wall of this room holds this massive kind of mural that has been painted onto it of it's a dwarf with like a titan standing behind him, like further in the background, right? So they're like of this scale, and the pair of them are kind of like looking up into the sky where there's this kind of golden light like radiating down on them. And I think that you spot immediately that like within this mosaic on the wall, there's actually a series of gems that are like very kind of cleverly mounted into the wall with the paint sort of around them. And yeah, they're sort of almost like concealed. Like it wouldn't be easy to like realize they're there. It looks almost like they're painted in, but like they're very real gems of like great value and worth. But I think as your foot like hits the like ground at the bottom of the stairs, we hear this like like hissing kind of sound, and air begins like we see dust start to swirl as air begins like pissing out of like these vents along the base of the wall. I'm sorry for my verbiage. And then it begins to like form together and coalesce into a shape in front of you, that of an elemental, as it's starting to like mass up into this air elemental in front of you.
I am going to try out my new weapon.
I think that means that you're rolling initiative.
Oh
Yay.
my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, your new weapon sounds badass.
That's serious.
Well,
What was
talk about
that?
extremes, man.
Oh my gosh.
I must have been a little taken aback by this elemental.
Yes.
A 1.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I think like the dwarf greed. Your
Look
eyes
at
are,
those
like,
gems.
shining.
What the hell is that?
Gems.
I
Uh-oh.
want to draw
Uh-oh.
this mural. I need to put it in my notebook.
Here we go. Here we go. Hard Rock Hope in the chat. Hi, Zed.
Hey. Wait.
Yep. Air Elemental. Activated.
Great. Awesome. Love it.
Oh, don't look at this, chat. Don't worry about that. Don't pay any attention to the pop-outs flying out of the window. Okay, cool. Eerie, you're up on 18. You see this like air like jetting out of like these kind of grates at the base of the wall as it forms up into this kind of like mass of air, like whirlwinding through the room, dust like swirling up off the ground.
Great. I don't think Yuri's gonna do anything this turn because she's cast mage armor on herself because I didn't do that earlier. Definitely doing that though.
Tighten up,
No.
Eerie. Okay, that was Eerie's action. Eerie cast mage armor.
Yeah, I think Yuri's gonna stay back where she is, but she's gonna like, go up against the wall and be like, "There's a problem in there."
Everybody's so excited to try out the new spells. You try out those new hit points. Come on, let's go.
No, I learned my lesson.
Try out those new
I'm
hit
good.
points.
I'm good.
Try out those new
I'll
hit
hang out
points,
for a
says the
minute.
man.
It's okay. You guys go figure it out.
Okay,
Get in space
hang
quick.
on 1 second here. Did you say you're going to space? That's
Go
not till
into space.
Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. I can't wait to go to space tomorrow. Did you even see what
Oh,
happened?
I'm
in the
gonna
one
watch
shot?
it
That's
tomorrow.
another game I can't talk about.
Well, I
Okay,
garden.
Okay. Okay, on 18 that happens. On 17, Hallrick, you see something materializing through the wall next to you, and I think you like turn, your eyes like darting as this air elemental is massing up in front of you, and these like ribbons of shadow begin kind of like snaking out from in between the individual blocks of stone, twirling in and like wrapping around each other. I don't know, we get double Kurtz. That's fascinating.
That's pretty cool.
It does feel like a news story.
It sure
Kurt and
does.
Angus.
How long do I take to muck with this? Oh, I got it.
That's pretty awesome.
Kurt shakes his head. Not long at all. How about if I do one of those? Did that work? No.
There it goes.
Got it. Hallrick, this is what you see emerging next to you. These like shadowy, ethereal ribbons kind of stretch out of the wall, reforming into this kind of humanoid figure, like peering at you. And I think that whispers fill the hallway. And you just hear like, there's darkness, and death, with darkness, madness, secrets. And I need you and Eerie and Angus to roll wisdom saving throws.
No. Thank you.
You're proficient in those.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Thank God I'm not in a battle. I'd hate to waste all those 20s.
Holy shoot.
Hallrick ain't having it. Unfortunately for our friend Angus Brighthorn, you will suffer.
No, don't suffer.
Don't suffer very much. 6 points of psychic damage. and must use your reaction to make a melee attack against Lothar.
No.
I poke at him with my dagger then.
You tricksy player characters. Angus yanks his knife and just steps back as the whispers just overwhelm your thoughts for a moment, driving you to plunge the knife into this halfling. And I think you step forward, swinging wildly, and Lothar kind of staggers back, bumping into you, Crixus. And he's like, "What's going on, Crixus? I don't understand. Get back, Angus! No!" And he ducks, and he's looking back to you, Crixus, what's wrong with him? That was that guy on 17. I think that's his whole turn. Yeah, that's basically his whole turn. All right. Cool. Angus, you're up on 11.
Do I have control over my actions?
Contracts under there. Yeah, you sure do.
He shakes his head and says, "Oops, sorry about that. Don't know what came over me." And he takes out his bow, and he doesn't see this thing that it caused it. So he fires his bow at the air elemental.
Got it. Go for it.
12.
12 does not hit. The arrow sailing over the heads of your friends, getting kind of caught in the wind of the elemental and just blown off, smashing into a wall. That's your first attack.
And you said I can take multiple attacks with the short bow?
Yep, you sure can. You have 2 attacks around now.
15?
15 hits. It's AC 15. The arrow surging over Hulrich kind of rips into the air. Clack! Smashes into the wall behind. Oh boy, Siren, something's going crazy up here.
9 points of piercing. Probably halved. Nope.
It's not an enchanted bow, eh? Got it. Yep, it is indeed halved.
Nope.
I don't know why I thought you had a +1 bow. Angus, that's your action. Bonus action. Don't forget your bard.
Flame on the leap.
Okay. Crixus, you're up on 9.
Yeah. Oh, you said I can't see it. I could see it. I thought last time you said if I could see it.
Can you see it?
That's the air element. The big thing you see is an air elemental.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oops, air elemental.
That's
then.
the air elemental. Yeah,
Sure.
I think you can only see the elemental filling up the room. The Aleep is up to the kind of north in front of him. No, it's okay. Okay. Okay, it will roll its dex save. Ooh, it's so dexterous. 12, not dexterous enough. The turquoise fire of Ruldo and Crixus sears down into this thing. Yep, that was your action, Crixus.
Nope,
Bonus action.
that's it.
Anything else? Okay, air elemental goes. It's up here on top of Hulrich. It is
build
going
a house of
to
cards. Attack Hulrich.
Run in terror.
Yeah.
Run away.
Set insight, Crixus. That's what I love.
Okay. Yep, it's going to slam at you twice. Oof. Those both hit. Yeah, so it's just these forces, blasts of air just smash into you, hammering against you for a total of 30 points of damage.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You like that, right?
Hello.
At which point it moves to here. Does it? I'm actually gonna have it move all the way back.
Do I get attack of opportunity?
And so Angus, yeah.
Oh yeah. Whack it.
Go for it. It like surges down the hall like this tumultuous whirlwind. 13 misses, 18 hits, so eerie. Your staff like lashing out as the wind like buffets around you for a point of damage. It's so poignant. It really writes itself. You're like, ah!
So it's
so this
it's like it's in Angus. It's like in the same.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep, it's an air elemental. It's come surging down the hall like it stretches into like this thin tornado, just dragging down the hall and massing up this nightmarish like blasting vortex of wind. And so Angus and Lothar, I need you to make strength saves, DC 13. Oh yeah, Lothar's strength not epic. 19 though,
Yeah,
he ults. He grabs the wall. Angus, however, you are picked up and thrown 20 feet, knocked prone, taking 3d8 points of damage plus.
What direction?
Jeez,
What direction is Angus thrown?
Let's see. It's going to be a 50-50 because there's only really two options. So, under 50 is left. What a weird roll. 53. So he's thrown right, actually. So he's thrown up
As a reaction,
into
I'm
the
going to
wall
grab
above
Angus.
you. Okay. Make an athletics check.
Oh,
Uh,
no dice.
Yeah, I think that you like reach to grab him, right? But he like blasts through your hand, like smashing into the wall, and he falls prone behind you.
Yeah.
So Angus, you end up taking 15 points of bludgeoning damage plus an additional 2, so 17 points of bludgeoning damage as you're like buffeted into the wall and then thrown up behind Crixus, smashing into the stone.
3d8 plus 5.
Yes.
Why did we leave the priest? The dwarf, the high level.
You brought a
dwarf?
priest. You brought
Yeah,
a
but
priest.
two are
Ulrich, you're up
better
on
than
5.
Oh, I get to go?
And a
Sure,
young
that's
priest.
right. All right.
Yeah, you can have a turn, John. Sure.
All right. I'm going to take 2 attacks at the creature in front of me.
Do it up.
18 and 24 both hit. For 24 points of damage, we just see you with like the overhand chop, and you bring them all out, like pivoting it back, smashing into the walls. It's like blasting through the kind of spectral form of this thing. That's 24 points of damage.
I'm going to burn my action surge.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't know how many rounds I'm going to get to go before this thing kills me. All right. And we're going to do the same thing again. 2 more. Swinging around with them all.
Oh, yeah. What did I give you? Yeah, those hit.
Oh my goodness.
For 29 points of damage.
Nice.
Yeah. And with that, I think that like this kind of like incorporeal, ghostly like monster is just like obliterated. The tendrils of shadow like melting into the ground as you like unload on it all. Like this Maw of the Titans, like it was made for your hands, just weaving and spinning with like incredible strength and agility. Ulrich, that's your action. You still have movement and your bonus action too.
Dude, that was 53 hit points.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it sure was. I counted.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad. Lothar is screaming, "Help me!" But like his voice is like deafened by the wind.
Ulrich is thinking,
I can't.
He turns around slowly. Yeah.
I can't actually attack, but I am going to move past and guard Eerie.
You got it, Eerie. You're up on 18.
Okay. All right. I think Eerie.
Ulrich like steps in, interposing himself between you and the
I think
wind.
she kind of like side eyes Ulrich and then like looks around him like at the air elemental. And
yeah, Lothar has just got his fingers like dug into the wall. He's like, "Oh man!" You know.
Poor
That's
guy.
awesome.
Oh, buddy. I think that
Oh. All right, never mind.
if I hit it, is it gonna hurt him?
I don't know.
Sorry, buddy. She's gonna catch Witch Bolt at it.
Oh yeah, we love it. Witch Bolt.
The best. Let's do it.
Yay.
Yeah.
Eerie, roll an intelligence check.
Oh no. I can change her. I was thinking of this.
Yeah, go
What
for
am
it.
I
Roll an
looking
intelligence
for?
check. Oh yeah, Eerie. What kind of elemental damage are you using? It's an air elemental,
Yeah.
which you feel like from your historical recountings might be resistant to lightning.
Yeah. I knew that. I did.
Of course.
Oh
Whoa!
no.
Air elementals attack.
Gosh, I don't know. How about like gosh, I have so many options. What should I
You do.
What should I pick from?
Analysis
I don't know what
paralysis.
elementals confuse me so much because like what hurts air? Like
Fire.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Fire devours air. We think of fire burning wood, but really it's like devouring
Yeah.
air voraciously, nonstop.
Fire.
Come here, air. I will make you smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, fire. Let's do fire.
Okay, cool. Go for it. Witch bolt.
Witch bolt. Second level.
Ooh, a second level witch bolt.
Oh my gosh. Pathetic.
You hit for 7
Absolutely
points
pathetic.
of fire damage. This tendril of fire now like lancing out from the end of Erie's staff into this mass of air. And I think Lothar's like, it's getting hot in here! Erie, that was your action. You have some movement. You good?
You know, let's just test out the new ability. I'm gonna spend my first level spell slot to add 2d10 force damage.
Cool. Drop it in the chat for me here
Yeah.
one more time.
Baby.
Erie using her alchemical mastery casting. At 6th level, you augment your spells. Either when you cast a spell, yep. Burn a spell slot, yep. Go for it. So you add 2d10 force damage to this. I should just add this to your sheet, eh?
I can do that too. Bam, bam.
Okay, you can do it. I'm mucking with your sheet. Never mind. Ooh, another 11. Sick. That's ridiculous. That just turned into a lot of damage. Angus, you're going to be up on 11. You're prone on the ground. What would you like to do?
I would like to. Standing up's my movement, right?
Just half.
But I will stand up and dust myself off and fire my bow.
Okay.
14 is a miss and 9 is a miss.
Yes, it is. Both arrows like kind of caught in the wind as you're firing like around the corner past Crixus. The arrows deflecting into the stone. Bonus action, movement, anything else?
He's all done.
Okay, Crixus, you're up on 9.
I don't know what really to do, but I guess I'm using my rod and I push a button to make a sword, a flaming sword.
Okay, you push the button, and all of a sudden, the head of like this spiked ball like shifts down, and this fiery blade leaps out of the thing. So you should have a flame tongue loaded onto your sheet now. 21
Whoa,
hits.
baby.
for 17 points of damage, 9 fire, 8 slashing. Yup, 6. That's your action. That's it, right? You only get one attack around. Bonus action?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, no bonus action. The air elemental goes as you like slash at it with this fiery sword. I think it wheels on you. It's going to make 2 slam attacks at you, Crixus. You have your shield out?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Doesn't matter.
That's not a 20, unfortunately, but 19, 22. Those both hit. Crixus. These blasting fists of air hammer into you. I think one takes you like solidly in the face and you're like smashed back into the stone of the wall behind you. We see like stone cracking, rubble kind of falling down around you. That's 35 points of damage. And it shifts forward 1 space, so I need you and Lothar to make strength saving throws.
Sure.
Jeez.
I think I failed.
Ooh, Lothar does too. Okay, 50-50 for both you guys. Low 50s will be left. 61. So you are thrown, Crixus. You're picked up by the whirlwind and thrown down the length of the hallway. So you're going to suffer a total of, holy shit, 17 and 9. That's 26 points of damage, Crixus.
I'm dead.
You see Crixus picked up Angus. He's thrown past you down the hall where he smashes it high into the stone of the wall. The flaming sword falls loose from his hand along with his shield before he drops to the ground like crack, lying still. Lothar is thrown only into this corner, so he's going to suffer... holy shit, 23 points of damage. Lothar, Lothar is down. Boom! Lothar crashes into the wall. You see his body crumple, the bow like falling uselessly, and he drops to the ground unconscious. Ulrich, you're up on 5. This went from like, oh, it's just an elemental.
Oh, it's just an elemental.
It's just us getting our asses kicked. All right, so
Zed's cracking me up.
Yeah. Why can't I hit like that when I turn into an elemental?
all right, so I am going. Ulrich is going to take a moment to ready his mental fortitude and use a second wind. And that's, well,
1d10 plus your level, plus 6. No.
Yeah.
Here, I have it set up right in your sheet, actually, John, if you just want to click it.
Well, already in here now, so.
Yeah, you're fine. It's under your hammer, though. 5, that's 11.
So 11, all right, so I'm up to 44. And he is going to go charging down the hallway. Crixus!
You didn't even see him go down. You just saw him thrown out of sight.
Him, like, you know,
yeah.
Right?
You definitely heard a large cracking sound.
Yes. You heard his body breaking the stone of the ancient
everyone,
complex.
just let everyone know for a minute, like what everyone heard, and this includes the audience, is like a large snapping of a neck sound. As well.
Oh my God.
I'm thinking like a coconut hit by a baseball bat as your head went off the wall.
That's evocative.
My head's probably crushed at this point. Head's crushed.
Very evocative.
Eyes popped out of my head skull. Blood pouring out everywhere. There's a blood.
You can't tell that you're unconscious right now. What do you know?
Don't worry, you guys. Brenna believes in you. Brenna's like got faith in the chat.
All right, I'm gonna take my 2 attacks with the maul.
Next time, I'm never going to do a Sacred Flame on that air elemental because he really got pissed off by that. That's all I know. He made a beeline for me. Like, I think I'm going to go for that guy.
Those both hit, Ulrich.
Both hit.
Not good.
Oh, I'm dying. That's 25 points of damage, Ulrich, as you step in with the maul, just like crack, stone shattering on the ground underneath, bam, and like you smash into the corner of the wall. I think we see like rock and rubble spray out of the other side of the elemental, like kind of cracking into the wall above you, Angus. Ulrich, that's your bonus action. That's your action. Anything else?
No, I'll stay in here and get pummeled. I think that's my next move.
Yep, Eerie, you're up on 18. You've got this fiery witch bolt, like.
Yeah, but I think Eerie, like, okay, so Crixus got thrown around the corner, right?
God
damn
the
it.
horrible breaking that was just described, you know.
Such a small person, I can't go very far.
No, you can't.
Damn it. Oh, I'm a fucking wizard. Why am I walking places? That's
you are
stupid.
a wizard. I'm not sure.
Why
Why am I walking places? That's stupid.
Yeah. I think she oh gosh.
As far as you know, Crixus is still up.
We heard the sound. She's concerned. And also she's
Angus
eerie.
is right. Angus says, I got it. Focus on the elemental.
There's Lothar too.
Well, the sound of a freight train worth of wind going past. It's happening.
I guess.
Oh, wow.
Shoot. All right. No, okay. Fine. I'll hit it with the witch bolt again. I'll just release that damage. Release the witch bolt. Where did it go?
The witch bolt.
Witch.
You would cast it at second level too.
Yeah. Oh, I did. I rolled it.
That's fine. Yep. It's still tethered.
For fuck.
These dice.
Stupid.
Fire
hate
burning down. It's still up. Still hanging tough. Eerie, that's your action. Anything else?
You got a catcher's mitt when my body comes hurling past you.
Yeah, I gotcha. Or at least I can shield myself when your body comes flying at me.
I could see, the cartoon version of like the armored dwarf with the maul that was built for giants. He'd come flying down the hall at Eerie like, I got you! Boom! Just, like,
I got you. Oh, man. Yeah, that's it, I guess.
Angus, you're up on 11.
Angus casts Cure Wounds on Lothar.
Oh, wow. You reach in, grabbing Lothar, and his like eyes open as he's crumpled in the corner, and he's like, thank you.
For 13.
Nice.
Thank you even more.
And then he goes down to Crixus. And I'm guessing the
It's going to
elemental
take an attack of opportunity.
Gets an attack.
Yep.
Oh, no. I wouldn't.
21.
Yep.
Boom! Does that hit?
Yeah.
You feel the like force blast you in the back and your ribs for 11 points of damage, Angus, as you go.
Yep.
That was your movement. Anything else? Bonus action?
All done.
Okay, Crixus, you're up. I'm going to need a death saving throw.
Natural 20.
Is that a con saving throw or?
Yeah, but it's just a flat D20, actually. There is a
click
box for death saves you could just click on.
Where is that?
Next to hit dice above your weapons. It says death saves.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yay.
1. Nice.
11. You made it. That's
Yes.
one successful death saving throw, Crixus. That's your turn.
Well, that was amazing.
Yeah, not bad, right? The air elemental goes. It like wheels on you with the horrible hammer.
Really?
Yeah, it's gonna slam.
No.
Slam town. 21 and 27. Man, these dice tonight. They're loving
That's
me.
not good.
This is bad. That's 19 points of damage plus 15. That's 34. Ulrich.
Sweet.
You still up?
I'm up.
Oh, wow.
Okay. it moves into your space, at which point Lothar is like, I won't die a coward. And his spear like punches out his feeble attack of opportunity at it as it goes.
Nice.
That hits. Lothar, legendary. He stabs out with his little spear at the wind as it pushes into your space. Ulrich, I need you to make a strength save.
All right.
DC 13, you make it. You
Nice.
dig down your low dwarven center of gravity, like crouching, the weight of the hammer, the maul like holding you. That's its turn. Ulrich, you're up on 5.
I am going to use my bonus action to drink the one potion that I have.
Nice. Oh, Crixus.
Let me see here.
For
2d4
anybody out
plus
there paying
2.
attention, you could drink a potion as a bonus action, takes an action to give it to somebody else.
Let's see.
That's my rule, not Wizards. Nice.
I'll take it.
Well done. Yeah.
All right, let me add that to the sheet real quick. Almost double my hit points. That's pretty cool.
More slamming. Uh-oh.
All right, let's go, man. Wheel back around with the Maul of the Titans. See what it can do.
And he
Hit
said,
the
turn back
cyclone.
around.
You know what? I'm gonna. All right. So is the enlarge a full action?
It's as the spell.
Okay, then to hell with it. We're gonna swing. 2 swings.
Flying.
20!
Wait.
Go ahead and roll
I'm
damage.
flanking. Both hit.
Okay, cool.
Right?
Go ahead and roll down. No, you're not flanking. Lothar's out of range. Like, it moved out of his range. He took an attack of opportunity.
Oh, that's right.
so you're not
You're right.
flanking. But go ahead and roll the crit.
That sucked.
16 points of damage. It does suck in comparison to your maximum output, but I think we just see like this huge overhand chop as the maul just like cleaves down into this mass of air, driving it apart. This shattering retort just echoing through the hall as it cracks into the stone at your feet, and the air elemental is dissipated and destroyed, leaving like this shattered crack in the hallway, blasts in the like walls on the stone where you've like smashed it with this, the enormity of this thing. That's it. We're out of initiative.
Holy crap.
Crixus is up to 19 hit points.
Hey.
Ooh.
Crixus, your eyes open as Angus stands over you.
I
all
spit
right?
out a couple of broken teeth.
Here,
Ulrich
runs
sits
to
on the floor.
corner. My goodness, are you guys all right?
Ulrich sits down and Eerie jumps
No.
over him, running to Lothar. I would
No,
like
she
to
was
note.
looking
And
around the
Lothar-
corner.
I think Lothar gets up and is like, I'm all right, Eerie. It's okay. I'm all right.
Yeah, I know you're
I'm
all
all right.
right. Crixus, are you okay?
You were worried, though, weren't you?
Well,
You'll
he's
need to
fine.
Ulrich.
If we hold his teeth in place when they heal him, do they stay?
They like
Sure.
regrow.
That's canon.
It's canon.
Cure dental wounds.
Yeah. Or is that a mend? Is that a mend?
You're going to walk back to Ulrich to heal him, Angus?
Yep.
Okay. Angus heads back up and he heals you for 12, Ulrich. And I think Lothar is like, with Eerie, like, Crixus is fine. Crixus is
Shut
fine. Did you see that, though?
I'm not fine. I want to go back to the dwarfs now.
Yeah, I think we need to be a
I
little
think
bit more
that the-
careful next time. Maybe bring another person.
I don't think I want to be in this tomb anymore.
I want to leave with Crixus.
We
honestly.
earned this
I mean, he's
room.
right.
We fought for this room. I want to look through this room.
Yeah. I need to go draw that.
I
mural.
want to. Yeah. I want to investigate the room. Is there anything more to investigate?
You saw like these gems sort of like concealed in
Right.
the mural. They seemed like the big thing. As you're like scoping down into the room, you could see that like there's kind of grates at the base of the wall where the air elemental kind of poured out from or whatever. The stonework on the sides, it's all this like like kind of very traditional sort of like square cut granite stone, like layered and mortared on the inside. There looks like there's like ruined, rotted furniture that was here once, some kind of like wooden shelving system that's mostly collapsed on itself in a big pile. What was that last cure for, Angus, for you?
Yeah.
Okay. But so yeah, you see these couple of gems as you're looking. There's some type of like yellow, like topaz or something like that. You think?
So if they can be plucked out without damaging anything, I would take them. But if I have to desanctify the tomb by destroying the mural, I wouldn't take them.
Okay, cool. So I think that like you can in fact reach up and touch one, and I think that as you touch it, like you realize like you could pry it out, but it's like kind of attached in there, but it actually feels like there's like a depression, like you might be able to push it in, like a button.
Yeah, I mean, what's one more bad decision? I'll push him in.
What you doing over there?
So there's five of them. You just push the like one that you can reach, the easiest one for you to reach.
I'll push them all, whatever the hell it is.
We just see
two hands
yeah.
at once. I can
You're
reach
like,
two at once.
scratching and she
Two
looks
at
up and
once.
Holler's like,
I'd like you to make a dexterity check.
Saving throw or check?
A check, no save.
how fast can you
Straight
push the
dex.
buttons?
13. I think as you like push, you feel that like the two over here kind of like went in before you got like these three over here, and as you do so, kink kink kink. I need you now to make a dexterity saving throw.
Sweet.
No. Ulrich.
Nice. As three darts fire out of the wall into you, Ulrich. You take 6 points of piercing damage.
No, roll another saving throw.
How much
Poison.
poison?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have you roll a Constitution saving throw versus poison, which you have advantage on because you're a
Ulrich!
dwarf. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. You know, we survived the dragon.
It's fine.
It's crazy to think that everything we went through and we trip a trap that's going to possibly kill us.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh my
don't say
goodness.
we.
I know. Yeah. Yuri's just like watching from the door, like,
Listen, people, I'm trying out my new hit points. If you guys had a set, you'd be up here doing it too.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying I disagree with your choice to do it, but it was your choice to do it.
hey, I've almost
13.
permanently died for having a set, so take it easy.
I love the term permanently died. It's in
Well,
such a
yeah, I think
temporary
permadeath is
nature
a little
to death,
different
you
than
know?
regular death.
Well, I mean, D&D death can be a little temporary. Take it from me.
Yeah.
So I think that, unfortunately, despite your resistance to poison in this situation, Ulrich, your body like goes rigid. You're like, as you're like paralyzed from poison, and in fact poisoned with the poison condition.
Do I
You
get to
see
see a door
Eerie.
open or something for having gone through all that and pressing every stone?
No, ironically, no. Eerie, your friend catches these darts in front of you as he's standing in front of the wall, and you see his body like going rigid.
Ulrich, guys.
Would there stones?
Lothar is right behind you. No, you pushed all five, but they were not synchronized. You weren't able to like push them all in sync at the exact right
Angus,
time, and we know how much we love in sync. And I think Lothar's right behind you, Eerie. Like, oh shit, is he dying? I think he's dying. I think Ulrich's dying.
Shut up.
Angus helps Crixus to his feet if Crixus appears to be willing to get to his feet.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, if like he slowly gets up. Oh, saving throw.
And then Angus goes over
I need
to
you.
what?
Ulrich. Ulrich's.
The needles, those needles just shot out of the wall,
He's
and it
like
looks like he's having.
paralyzed. Ulrich.
I think he's dying.
He's not dying. He's paralyzed. Do you know that?
Well, if
I
he's
love it.
paralyzed, he'll get better, and Angus, not knowing what to do, will
go get help. What?
no,
That's
cast
insightful.
again.
I'm gonna
Nine
roll.
points
Can
of
I
healing.
roll a medicine check with my
Yeah, hold on. Though you're casting what, Angus? You're casting what?
Cure wounds again for 9 points of healing.
Okay, so you step up and you touch him, Ulrich. You get 9 points back. You want to make a medicine check, Crixus?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can
I think Lothar turns to get you, and he sees you coming, and he's like, "Oh yeah, good. I think he's dying. I know they're taking it kind of casually, but I saw this happen to a guy once. It ended bad."
I take it the cure wounds didn't unparalyze him.
It didn't. Crixus, you like check. You like pull one of the needles out, and like you're able to sniff it, and it's like some type of ancient fucking poison. You're like, this is like remarkable, even that this stuff could have like worked after this long. But you're pretty sure some sort of like lesser restoration would like cure him of what's happening here.
Oh, okay. So I guess we're gonna have to rest for the night. Okay.
I'll stay right here. Don't mind me.
Oh my goodness gracious.
The only thing that we could do.
Well, we can carry him back to the dwarves.
Speak for
That's
yourself.
probably a good idea. Yeah.
I was.
Okay, good. I can't.
I mean, but we probably shouldn't leave till we get this painting open. I mean, we wouldn't want him to die for nothing.
He's not dying.
I know. I just,
Stop saying it. You're putting
You
it out
really-
into the world way too much.
I come from a dark background. I mean, but shouldn't we try to open the wall?
It seems like we need to press all of them at the same time.
Yeah.
And Erie like kind of looks at Ulrich's frozen body and says, "Which he should have asked for help."
Crixus, will you help me carry him back to the dwarves?
Yes. Yeah. I will.
And
All right,
Angus
Erie,
will say
you'll
over
help
his
me
shoulder
push
to
all the
Lothar,
buttons at the same time.
good luck with your 4 limbs pushing those 5 buttons, and begins to move. Try to move
And I
Ulrich.
think he looks to you, Erie, and he's like, for Ulrich, right? Huh?
I mean, now we need to do it. He said that.
What?
Now we need to do it because Angus said that, right?
Gotta use a foot.
I have a staff.
Are you gonna try to push the buttons with Lothar?
Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Uh,
we have
make-
to try now.
No, you really. Why don't you wait?
I think I took care of the darts. I think they're good now.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Please wait.
Is it too late? Have we already done it? Or
No,
Or you're like reaching up to touch it, and Angus is like, "Please wait."
Why?
And Lothar's like,
because what you're about to do is what got Ulrich like this.
we have to press them all at the same time.
No, you don't have to.
Then what do you have to
"But
do?
I mean, we could
Maybe-
try."
You have to go back to the dwarves with us.
Maybe Angus is right. We could wait a little bit. I don't really feel well right now. I don't feel so good, and if something happens, it might be really bad for everybody.
Okay, well, I'm at least finishing this
As I'm
drawing.
speeding
but
up some, like, as I.
Did you say you're at least finishing this drawing?
I'm sketching the mural.
I'm not saying
She's
we can't
doing
come
important
back.
work.
I'm just saying we've got a down party member.
We need to document this instrument of death. Forget about the paralyzed.
Exactly. Come on, this is an ancient mural in a tomb that's 1,000 years old. I need to put this down on paper.
Okay, we'll leave you with Lothar here.
It'll
With,
take
Yeah,
me
that's a good idea.
5 seconds.
I've got this. Won't touch the gems, I promise.
Yeah, Lothar, don't touch anything.
Nope, I won't.
Great. I think Erie, yeah, she's not like drawing it meticulously. She's just like doing like a sketch. But I think she does write in like the colors of the gems and where they are.
I think he's like, I know a guy, he would pay a pretty coin for those gems if we could get them out of the swamp. I
You're
realize
not gonna
money
talk
has
to
no
whatever
value.
guy that you're talking about.
Well, I mean, how do you know? You didn't even know where we're going to end up. You didn't even
Yeah,
really
you don't
know
either,
where
but
we are.
I don't want to go to wherever you were. You told me it was horrible.
No, I mean, it was, but I've been to other places. I'm well traveled. I mean, you grew up in like a mountain, didn't you? It was basically
Yeah,
like
these
this.
mountains.
Well, I mean, these mountains haven't treated us so great, have they? I realized
You're
like you did
alive.
all right until. I mean, I guess, but that's very relative. I've been better alive, even though I've been most of my life has been pretty bad.
Really better alive in the service of the Sapphire Legion? I don't believe it for 1 second.
Listen, I'm not trying to say it was a great course of employment, but the reality is that I never had to kill any of my bosses before now, and also I used to sleep in beds, not in moldy dungeon tunnels,
Well,
and also I didn't have to hope that the people who just killed me brought me back to life.
you don't have to hope that because
I
we
didn't
just
kill
now
you.
now we're just bringing you back to life for fun.
Wasn't
You know what was kind of the same though is they always told me to shut up back where I came from too. That's not so different.
I don't
Like
say
you-
shut up to you.
That's
I
true.
didn't kill
I
you.
love you, Crixus.
I
No, you
kill
didn't.
You.
You're my favorite.
So here's the common denominator between those two things is you.
Gosh, that's hard to hear. He's like,
All right,
Wow.
come on. Maybe Beaudry can help us here.
oh yeah, I mean that guy seems to have his stuff together.
Yeah,
pretty
he really
good.
does.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's why he left us down here.
He's
He's like, hell with this shit show. I'm out here.
Need walkie-talkies.
I don't know exactly what that is, but I mean they sound kind of useful.
Okay.
And so like yeah, Lothar and Eerie kind of like walking behind, Angus and Crixus, you guys coming down the hall, you're carrying. Rick was like stiff as a board, like his arms like outstretched, fingers splayed out to try to get all 5 gems with one shot, And I think Beaudry sees you coming and he's like, by Vala's grace, what happened,
He
boys?
touched something he shouldn't have.
You're not there yet.
Oh.
It's just Angus and Crixus. You're still in the back with Lothar, yeah. Are you all right? You look battered.
We ran into an air elemental. Ulrich fell in prey to a trap and is paralyzed. So we thought it best to wait unless you have like someone who knows antidotes for poisons. We thought it best to wait at the
Restoration would work if you have it.
Are you all right, boy?
And I collapse
You
on the
sound
ground.
tore-
Spitting his own
As
feet
Crixus falls, the dwarves kind of surge around him, and he's like, "By Vala's light!" But he turns, I think, and he grabs Ulrich, laying his hands on the fellow dwarf, murmuring a prayer to Vala, the Just Mother. And I think that the poison casts itself out of you as Beaudry casts a restoration.
Now, was
on
I
you.
conscious for that?
Yeah. I think you heard all of that. Yeah.
What a strange sensation, right? I mean, you start breathing again to not have breathed,
Yeah, you're like,
Right.
yeah. It's terror. And I think that with Crixus on the ground, Beaudry is like, this place is a bit more dangerous than we reckoned, perhaps. And he like strides over to like reach down and heal the draconic genasi as we hear Lothar like, all right, I get it. The footsteps like Lothar and Eerie coming down the hallway, I'm just saying, you don't need to keep telling me to shut up anymore. Like,
Well,
I
you
did.
keep
I've
talking
been
so
stuck-
much.
Well, I look. What am I supposed to do? I talk when I get nervous, and this entire situation is pretty
Are
nerve-wracking.
you always nervous?
I mean, I'm not always in ancient dungeons fighting against people that I know are horrifically powerful while there's dragons outside. There's a dragon outside. We haven't really stopped down to talk about
We
that
almost
because you've
killed
been
it.
too busy drawing and writing. Almost.
Yeah, we
It
would've.
almost killed us, too. It was kind of a two-way deal.
We're fine. Oh, Ulrich,
Oh,
good.
yeah, fine. Yeah. See? Ulrich, I told them you would be fine. I knew you'd be all right.
Eerie hits Lothar with her staff. Not hard, but she like whacked, back of the head.
He's just like...
Ulrich pretends he didn't hear it and just sits down.
I think he's like, well, listen, Ulrich, I think I figured out the whole nick with those gems. I think we've got to put them all at the same time. So when you try it next time, I'll count down for you.
We'll help.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll help. Yeah, I tried to open it up for you, but well, they were worried you might die. So,
I think a short rest might be in order.
that sounds like a great idea. Do we have any more of that wine? And the dwarves are like, this fucking guy. And I think is that where we pause for tonight?
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Cool. Felt like a short night tonight. We started just a few minutes late. We got through our level ups and stuff. I hope this was fun. I actually had a lot of fun tonight. That was kind of enjoyable.
It was a nice test ride for the Mall of the Titans. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. It was a great test ride for how far Crixus can fly.
Oh my goodness. Ridiculous.
You took the hits like a champion there, Mike. That was good. That was good.
Ridiculous.
That's the nature of D&D, though, right? Like, sometimes the dice are really with you. You could fight a horrific paladin for 6 rounds and, like, not take half as much damage as 2 rounds with 1 air elemental. So, yeah.
That was a rough air elemental, though.
Strategic, I think, last time.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, you were very strategic last time, and this time was a total surprise attack with the thing.
Yeah, the environment also helped. I mean, the environment helped us out. This time, the environment did not help us out.
Well, I think the air elemental had a modifier by plus 12 or something, because I saw a 3 at one point that turned into like a 15 or a 16, and I was like, holy crap. So, I mean, that was no joke right there.
I'm glad I went up a level.
Another level? This is awesome. Crixus is power level, man. I think Crixus is 10th at this point.
I think I'm not going to cast any more spells that do damage. I'm just going to be supportive, because that really upset the air elemental a lot. I really didn't think it was going to go beeline for me.
Well, it wasn't just you. It was all the other people, might I note. You know, definitely hit the 2 guys in front of you before it hit you. So, you know.
Well, I was grateful for that move, because I probably would not have made it another round toe-to-toe with both.
Well, that's what I was thinking, too. I think that's what the Arthur Elemental was thinking as well. He was like, I think I need to...
Share the love.
Share the love.
They're crazy, man.
Oh, no, man. It had a programmed operation for when it was triggered, you know?
Well, it did also have somebody else taking care of me right then, too. So it is plausible. So...
Rich, was there any in this room and in the room with the earth elemental, was there anything that indicated affinity to earth or affinity to air?
Great question, Angus.
No.
In fact, nope. In fact, as you are like reflecting now on having been in these 2 rooms, you're like, oh. So the tiling on the floor of the earth elemental room was like this rich, earthy kind of brown underneath the thick coat of dust. And the ones in this room were much like pale or whitish kind of marble. So you feel like there might have been a little like color theory happening right there, you know?
We'll keep our eyes
There were no,
peeled
like, distinctive
for red and
rooms.
I
blue.
love it. Yeah.
So we just is this never mind.
You could go ahead and ask. Okay.
Themed.
I thought he was gonna say, "Can we just get the hell out of here?" Is this mandatory? You pulling a damn Lembo, Kurt? Is this do I have to be here? Is this mandatory? All right, cool. That was fun, you guys. I did beat up on you a little bit. Yeah, we'll come back next week. You can continue dungeon delving, should you wish. Eerie, you spent a day. You copied a lot of spells over. Things have upgraded a little bit. You guys have some cool new trinkets. We got hit points. We got levels situated. Beaudry and the dwarves are kind of like waiting to see what you decide. But yeah, that's the gist of it. What's going on with everybody this week? Taylor, what's up with you? Is there anywhere people should be looking for you or paying attention or anything you're doing?
Ronnie422 on Twitter, Ronnie422 _ on Instagram, and yeah, go check out like my website. I keep forgetting to mention it. It's just TaylorElizabethBall.com. You can figure out how to spell that.
It's a good website.
Yeah.
You have a lot of cool writing on there. A lot of your stuff is very
I got
good.
my blog hooked up on there. I've got some of my designs and things like that. Yeah, go check it out. Some good stuff.
Awesome. Cool. How about you, John? You're like leading a troop of scouts for your sons. Anything exciting that you got going on or you want to plug or talk about or people should know?
No, not too much, man. Just laying low, doing my thing, and, just doing well, being happy.
Cool. Awesome. Mike, how about you? Anything that we should be aware of as people out here in the world paying attention to stuff?
Nope. Same old, same old.
Cool.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah.
Awesome. Kurt, how about you?
Nothing I need people to look at Kurt Clark on different things.
Go follow Kurt Clark. He's got awesome pictures of lunch and dinner and all kinds of cool things. And sometimes he's streaming and he's humble, but you should watch him stream. It's very cool. I am me. You guys know where to find me. It's right here, twitch.tv/DMPhilly. You can go follow me on YouTube. I'm DM Philly over there. All the VODs from these shows are going up over there if you want to go back and get caught up. If you just wandered in, I send you to go check out Sabotage the DM. We did a bunch of really fun shows over there this week. I particularly would say The Witch is Dead was wild. And for anyone following along with Dragonfly, we'll be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have Kurt and Taylor will be with us, along with the great Melissa Woodward is going to be there as Doc, Hard Rock Hope as Asturias Fry, and of course DJ LaBelle Klein himself, Troy, playing Professor Reginald Frybottom. And so the 5 of them will be back tomorrow night, and we're picking up after we left off with our one-shot at Sabotage this weekend, wherein the boy Alis has been removed from the world of Malpiety Prime, and so we're going to see what happens next. But that's been a really fun show. Come hang out with us tomorrow night. Thank you, everybody, for popping in and hanging out. Pia and Brenna and Hard Rock Hope and everybody else, and Bug-a-Bear, of course. You're all legendary. Thank you for hanging out. We love you guys. And yeah, that's it. We'll see you later.
Awesome.
Bye.
Night, everybody.